Hi, this is Malik from trackfunnels.com, and in this video I'm going to show you how to create a Google Tag Manager container from scratch. The video is just for beginners. So if you haven't worked with Google Tag Manager before and you want to know how it works, then this is the video where you should start. So the first thing we do is we go to Google Tag Manager, and you can see that I'm already logged in with my Gmail account. But if you have like a Google Workspace account, which is your official account, that's even better. This is a free account. I'm just using it for testing purposes and for this demo. So what we're going to do is once you go into tagmanager.google.com, then you will see a blank screen, of course, just like you see here. You're going to hit on create account, and then you start setting up the account itself. So you first give your account a name. Now the account is different than containers. So an account, it can have multiple containers. So for example, I could set up an account for my company, and then I can have multiple containers within that company. If I'm running like multiple websites, or if I have like a website, an app, or if I have a site in one language and another website in a different language, so those all can be done or created as containers, while my account will remain the same. So in my case, I'm just going to use this name, Track Funnels, as my account name, and I'm going to use my country here, and I'm not going to share the data anonymously. And here I'm going to give the container a name. So in this case, I'm going to give it the name trackfunnels.com. This is my website. I don't have any app or anything else right now. And because this is just the basic beginner video, I'm not going to go into details of what these mean. So for now, you just have to remember that you have to click on web, because that's your target platform. This is meant for just the website. And once you're done with that, then you just click on create. Then you will be shown the terms of service agreement of Google Tag Manager. I encourage you to go through these in detail, like read everything. And then once you're satisfied, you can click on accept and click on yes. Once that's done, it will take some time to load your screen again. And while it's doing that, it's taking more time than usual, so I'm just going to refresh the screen. And I go to workspace, and there you can see that my account name is here and my container name is here. So if I add more containers, for example, so if I want to add another container, I could just go in here. So you saw where I went. So go back to the home screen with that, and you can select an account here, and this is your container right here, right? So you can open that container, or what you can do is, if you want to add another container in below this, let's say I run an app, then you just click on this gear icon, and you will be taken to this admin tab, and here you can click on this plus icon and set up another container. But because this is a beginner video, I'm sure like you don't have a need to create like several containers, so we're just gonna use one container. Once your container is created, you go to workspace and you will see like there are some options right here, and then there are other things that show up here. So you can just go through this in your own time. But the important thing to remember now is that you go to admin, and every container has a specific ID that gets assigned to it. In this case, this ID is shown right here. And what we have to do with this ID is that we place this ID on our website for this tag manager container to connect it with our website. If the ID is not placed on the website, then the container is not connected to the website, and so anything that you do within this container will never work on your website. And what do I mean by placing this ID? So placing this ID means installing Google Tag Manager on your website. Now, installation is not like the way you install apps or things like that on your phone, but it's more like just adding a bit of code to your website code. So if you click in here, then you will see the instructions on how you have to do and where this code should be placed. So it says that paste this code as high in the head of the page as possible. So you're going to have to copy this entire snippet. It's a JavaScript. And then you go to your website. And if you have done coding yourself, which since you're a beginner, you probably may not have done coding yourself. But if you're a developer, then you know like what to do. But if you're not a developer and you are from marketing, then you're going to have to send this to a developer, whoever created your website. And you just say this to them and they would know what to do. Then you also have to place this code in the after the opening body tag of the page. So if you already know like what a page HTML looks like, then you would know what these things mean. But if you don't, then I suggest that you take some professional help or ask whoever created your website to do this for you. Once they have done this for you, then you will be able to test the website. And the way you test it is you just use this, and then you can place your URL here and click on test. And it will start testing your website whether this code is placed on the website or not. So for now, what do you think the result would be? The result is that it wasn't detected on my website. Why? Because I haven't placed this code on my website. I have a different container already placed on my website. So I'm going to show you how that looks like. So if I go in here, this is my container. So this is my container right here. This is my ID. And so if I go to admin and refresh this page, because it's just taking too long, and I go to install Google Tag Manager, this is the code that I've already placed, and I can go ahead and click on test, and this will show you that the Google tag was found, and that means that you have installed the Google Tag Manager correctly. So this green check icon shows me that the installation is successful and it was able to detect this code on my website. And that's pretty much it. There are other options right here in the admin which you can go through by yourself. But if you have any specific questions related to these, they are all very intuitive, the entire admin section. But if you have any specific questions, just drop your questions in the comments below the video and I will be happy to answer them. In the next video, we'll see like what can you do with Google Tag Manager. So after your container is set up in here and the code is placed on your website, you are able to capture and collect data of the users that come to your website. So basically you are trying to understand how those users behave. And this is a great way to use Google Tag Manager because you don't have to rely on the development team to add code or collect or ask them to do stuff on the website when you can do this by yourself in Google Tag Manager. So what we just did is we basically connected Google Tag Manager, the container. We have connected the container to our website, and so whatever we do within this container would reflect on the website. Okay, and that we'll see in the next video. I hope you found this useful. If you have any questions, again, feel free to drop them in the comments. Thanks, and I will see you in the